Joe DeSena here from Spartan. I am at Air Force Special Operations Command, where 2,000 of the most elite personnel operate.
These are our radios, these are our push-to-talks.
Now when you think of Air Force, you typically think about equipment like this or a fighter jet. But the reality is, there is a hand-picked group of elite folks that no one's ever heard of. And so I am going to spend the next 2 days getting my ass kicked to find out what they're all about. I suspect the Pareto principle does not apply here. What that principle means is that typically 20% of the people do 80% of the work. I have a feeling 100% of the people do 100% of the work down here. Let's go find out. I've had UFC fighters, I've had military folks out on our courses, and they say, Joe, this is the hardest thing I've ever done because it's so unforgiving. For the longest time, my message to the world was, I don't need that supplementation. I can get away without it. At least 50% of Americans, probably the world, are deficient in magnesium. Our soils are not the same as they used to be. I'm not getting the nutrients I need. If you're going to supplement with anything, get some magnesium. Qualia, magnesium, love it, high quality product. There's 9 different forms of magnesium in this pill, and it is very bioavailable. And I probably would not be sitting here having this conversation if I didn't feel what I feel taking the pill. Well, I am here. I am at Special Tactics Training Squadron, basically Air Force Special Operations. And let's face it, Spartan was the original military. And modern day military all around the world draws its essence from what Spartans created. I'm gonna be 50 this year, and I wanna know if when I was 20, 30 years ago, could I have come here and passed the test? Let's find out. Colonel Tudor. Excited to be here, sir.
Hey, quit smiling. Here's your kit. Go report to the chief. Get ready to get it on.
Got it.
Follow me.
We are recruiting for the Air Force's most elite communities. We're looking for the right humans to go do the most challenging jobs in the Air Force. When we say air power, it's not just bombs, it's the ability to support anyone at any time in any place in the most unique and creative ways possible, and ultimately to save lives.
We're basically solutioneers. We solve problems across the full spectrum of conflict and crisis. Whether it's access, and being access, we can go out and do surveys, we can do reconnaissance, gathering intelligence, and those type of things, to a strike package where we're actually dropping bombs, doing direct action on targets. We're about 2,000 people strong. About a third of that is actually our combat mission support.
2,000 men and women strong. How many apply to become a member of that team?
It will vary. So like on the officer side, we will usually have about 60 to 70 that we actually bring in for selection. And in front of that, you probably have about 150 to 200 that will apply.
Like how many months before I get here?
Was it about a year and a half now?
Year and a half. So they're in their 5th week of a 5-week program. They're getting ready to graduate and go to dive school. After that, they'll go to military free fall where they do all the high altitude stuff. And then they'll continue to go through about a little over a year training here where we kind of crawl, walk, run. Well, about the last 6 months here, they're running, sprinting. Because the next thing they do is they go to their squadron and they deploy. So there's guys that will go to their squadron and within 60 days they'll deploy depending on what cycle they're in. So we try to get them as close to that as we can get them.
So do we think it's safe, since I haven't done that year and a half, that you're just throwing me in the water?
I think it is absolutely safe because you've got the right instructors with you and all the
Okay.
teammates out there, because it's a team. We'll look out for you as well.
All right, let's do it. Chief Gilmane, Spartan helmet there, what's the story there?
Spartans for us are the guys that go through these doors out to the Ardgill Aquatic Center, and they hit it day in and day out as hard as they can, because they want to become that Spartan warrior for America. So these are our Spartans.
This is awesome.
This next time, take. High side! High side! One, two, three, outside.
you're starting your initiation from here, just like a yoga breathing. Okay, if you've ever done anything like that, so you're going to unwrap your gut, then your chest, and that's when you go.
Straight like a pencil dive.
One breath, exhale, exhale. How's your heart rate? Racing. Okay, so this next one out. How's your heart rate? Racing. Okay.
All right, sir, that's our pool session for today. Hey, good job. You did really well for just getting that baptism by fire there. 50 years old.
The students have been on their own unique training pipeline path, and once they awarded their beret, they come see us and they get their specialized training.
Our instructors are teaching you from their experience what it's like to be in a deployed combat environment.
All right, hit and play.
Everything from your basic survival, escape, and resistance training to being qualified to jump out of an airplane, both static line and free fall.
They're going to get their small unit tactics training, shooting, CQB, or close quarter combat training,
as well as the ability to be the air expert in ground situations. So we like to say that we solve ground problems with air-centric solutions.
So it's a serious machine.
Unbelievable.
Different
It's awesome
missions.
looking. It looks like a Batmobile.
Yeah, it really is. They're pretty impressive. And we've got other machines, but this is kind of what the guys are doing today. So it's not like if you slid your vehicle, the tires would come off the rim. These have bead locks, so if you don't do a correct procedure, you'd have a high rollover because the tires are super aggressive.
Sure.